There we go, got an excellent connection. And it looks like we're about to be live on the YouTubes. We are indeed live on the YouTubes. Are we live on the Twitches? We are live on the Twitches. Okay, so I think we're good. We still have Unity open. Okay. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brain Drain, 2 Idiots Learn to Code, episode 14, Can AI Replace Devs? In the previous episode, you've seen me add a banner ad to our stats panel, whether or not we run a development build. We also added the difficulty level, if I recall correctly. And we added coins and tokens and a scoring system. Very basic scoring system at the moment, to be fair, but we have added that. And in this episode, I want to tweak that slightly. So I want the scoring system to be based on the question difficulty. And I also want to have the category displayed here next to difficulty as well. So that's the main goals for these. So to have the scoring shown and to have the category shown. There will likely be other tweaks as we go along. And these hopefully should work on the simulator, so I shouldn't be spending a lot of time compiling code like I was the last time. So with that in mind, let's continue. I am Amax Games Davie, one of the 2 idiots learning to code, and I am one of the founding members of Amax Games, for those of you who don't know. And the idea behind Amax Games is we want to make freemium games, but we don't want to treat our customers like a total walking wallet. That means that we don't want to have, a 10-second level and then a 30-second ad, and then another 10-second level and a 30-second ad. There will be microtransactions, but it won't be like The Simpsons Tapped Out or the Family Guy, whatever the heck it was called, Multiverse of something, don't know. But or anything made by EA where the microtransactions can literally be like £100, £1,000, whatever, just excessive amounts. At the moment, we're looking to hopefully cap our costs for our microtransactions at around £15. So compare that around and you can see a lot of companies these days, mobile companies, are charging £15 per month for season passes. And at this point in time, we have no plans to do anything like that. Subscription services are a thing, but we would have to make it worthwhile. That also means that we will be doing Brain Drain as a quiz game. So we will be doing question packs that you can add to it as DLC, but we will also be releasing literally, hopefully monthly updates, but regular updates to the free question data bank. And it's coming with over 1,000 questions out of the box. I think I've got somewhere in the regions of 5,000 questions potentially waiting to be added. So with that in mind, let's try and make these changes that we wanted. So we are using ChatGPT to assist in this. So I should probably open some of my scripts. So I'll just go in here. The brain drain script's the main one, so I'll open that just now. I don't know why when I'm waiting on something I start making the circusy type sounds and humming away to it. Clearly that's it's a little monkey playing the cymbals in my head. Oof. Oh, okay, that's just been updated. That's fine. Right, so I want to give it my brain drain quiz, and I want to tell it to show the question count in rounds. Because there is a bug at the moment where the first round's only giving you 9 questions. So something's updating the question before displaying it at that point. I do have to look at that bug. But I also want to show the category where the difficulty is. So we'll add an extra row in for it, to be fair. I mean, there's the room. Can we squeeze an extra row in here? Because we're getting quite busy on here, aren't we? Although I suppose in theory there's literally nothing stopping me from having like hint and quit and purchase hint and that here by moving them into their own canvas, which if I recall correctly I can put at the bottom of this, and then inside that canvas I can have them split up. So there's probably going to be some tweaks to this for the time being, but you know what, I'm going to try and add it to the difficulty tag. So I'll put here's my brain drain quiz.cs. I want to also have the question category next to the difficulty. Before the difficulty. Okay, my terrible typing. Question category. Okay, boom. See what it comes up with. Okay, so it's asking me to add a category text. That's not surprising. Okay, it's wanting me to add it to my brain drain quiz, though, obviously. Right up the top. So that'd be a UI reference. Okay. And so oh, wow, I just crashed Unity. Yay. Considering I'm using the long-term service release, that's actually scary how often I'm crashing this. Okay, and I'm back in. So wait for it to reload. Okay, back over here. And we'll go back to ChatGPT. It says inside the if current question not equal to null, and that's a load random question. The current question not equal to null. Okay, so it's sliding it up, copy, and it's putting it in before low difficulty. So it's basically going in here. Okay. Okay, I want them combined into one line. Okay, so if difficulty equal null, or rather if difficulty x not equal to null, so if difficulty x not equal to null, in the case, okay, so yeah, looks like it's that bit. Moved a few lines off there. Okay, I'm in a date. So let's change that again since I just copied and pasted the wrong code in there. Okay. Is that showing am I missing a bracket? No, I'm not missing a bracket. So I can close too many brackets. Okay, I think that's it. Yep, too many brackets. So save. See what I broke by alt tabbing over. No, I'm fine with that all being the same colour. Okay, so let's wait for this to load and we shall give it a try. You'll see I was doing some testing on the scoring system in the simulator. Hit play. Okay. Well, it kind of works, but it's put it in 2 lines, so that's not quite what I was looking for, but does it work? Wow, that's a bit on the loud side. I definitely need to put in a settings thing for here, so I'll stop that just now. We need difficulty then inside our canvas to be expanded. Not a surprise, to be fair, because we've made it drastically bigger. So difficulty text, there we go, yes, it's kind of small, so we need to pad that out. So we're on the resize mode, just going to grab that and pull it all the way over. And then all the way over here. Hopefully that'll make a difference. So let's hit the play button and try again. think that looked okay. That looks fine. Although it's not displaying the question. Okay, let's stop that there. What the heck? Okay, it stopped displaying the question. Interesting. Okay, that's to be expected. So why would it stop displaying the question? Yeah, the question is not actually appearing anymore. Okay, a bit difficult to answer a question that you don't actually have. So, I mean, everything else appears to be fine. So, load random question. One question. Okay, random question. Okay. 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 Answer text. Okay. So, is it just me, or does that not set the question text anywhere other than when it's here? Did I just engage and place a bug in my game? Another one. This code shows category and difficulty, but no longer shows the question. Okay. No, my question is not to have them all combined. What was my original code? Because this is now broken. Okay, so there it's there. So if current question is not equal to null, and current question not equal to null, okay, set difficulty color. Difficulty text set for category. So did I remove that entire section? Load random questions for our game. Okay, that's fine. Current question equals code database. Okay, yeah. Okay. So current question index plus plus. So that's not there at all. Question text equals current question, so that's not there. Answer text, it blanks out. Feedback text, it blanks out. Submit button's already interactable, and answer text interactable is equals true. So that entire section there, it's basically bumped out. This is why you always have backups, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so if I save this, pardon me, back to our game, see if it crashes again. Okay, that seems fine. Play. Here we go. Question now showing, hints showing, category showing, category science, difficulty hard. So the difficulty is mutual. I suppose it resizes anyway, so that shouldn't matter. Scores updating. These should not be outside of the safe zone though. Something's not right with my canvas. Does my canvas have the safe zone script? It has. Interesting. Okay. So difficult medium. Correct. Okay. So that's working. Right. Awesome. So in that case, I need to do. Okay. I fixed. Oops. I fixed it, adding in the original code for my engine. Now it looks like this. Again, this is why just copying and pasting without blatant disregard can cause you problems. No, I'll get it to clean up my code at a later date. I mean, I'll remove the public TMP, to be fair. That's not going to cause any issues. Okay. Okay, we're recompile. So in rounds mode, I want to show question 1 of 10. Although there's a max question, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. You want to lie down, Spike? Good kitten. Okay. So in round mode, I'd like to show the question number, no, the question count that I am on and the maximum questions round. Right, E, Q, colon 5 out of 10, or Q 8 out of 25. So I know what question I'm on and how many I have left. See how it works that one out. Okay. Size of that bit of code. So let's get to answer text. Answer text untractable. That's before category and difficulty. So it's literally in here. That was actually easier than I thought. Okay, save this, see if we break it. Oops. Come on. Okay. Wait for a recompile. Try again now. Hit play. Okay, so question 2 out of 10. So I was right, it does jump a question at the start. So why does it jump a question at the start? But if I click submit, does that change to 3 out of 10? It does. Okay. That's fine. So let's see if it can tell me the difference. Okay. This seems to start on question 2 of 10. And you see a bug in this code. I think I'm updating the question twice. Okay. So is it correct? I am, yes. I'm increasing the current text before I've actually grabbed the question. Yeah, that was sneaky. Interesting that it's never pointed out beforehand, though. Okay, so does this do all the updates I need? Feedback text, answer text. Okay. Question text. Okay. So is that the full? Okay, that looks like the full load random question. Okay. Save that. Let's try that again. I have hiccups. Interesting, ad manager's not loaded. Ad manager is not in the game. Why is ad manager not in the game? Okay, that's one for me to do next. No, that still jumped to question 2. Stop that. Okay, so we'll need to follow this through then. So about start. Okay. If database is there, set score to 0, remaining hints, set infinite hints so it's enabled. If add manager equals null, then if add manager equals null, then adds on hit reward earned. This equals reward hit. Okay. to update hint counters, so that's a bug. Okay, so load my details. What equals survival, set survival, someone else, set run mode. Okay, so run mode's at default. Load cache, load tokens, update cache, update tokens, update game. Okay, load random question. So now we drop down and load random question. Current question index equals 0. Okay, so load random question. Check the mode, grab the question. This current question is not equal to null. Write the answer. If it's survival question text q question index.text plus 1. So current question index. Okay, I don't see where the bug is there. Let's see if it goes to 11 actually. I'm going to see if this is a bad bug. Okay. So question 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So it's definitely skipping the first one. Right. So back here. Let's put a debug in for current question index. Log current question number equals a semicolon on the end of that, and I think I need to add a dollar here. Is that right? Why is that not working? No. Put quotes here. You just drop that off. I think. Nope. Yeah. Why? Bug. Log. Pretty sure that's how I meant to do it. The dollar's after the bracket. And we can do that. Yeah. I need to put it in curly brackets. Need to put it in curly brackets. That doesn't work. Oh, of course, I think I do it this way then. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay, so a little bit of debug code in my life. Let's see. So we'll stop that. Play. Still starting at question 2. I think it's because of the adding number. I think. Hold on. It started at 0. Oh, something's screwed with here, right? Because look, it set the mode to round. It opened the question, answered it, opened the next question, answered it. But Amy Winehouse, it did go through start random question to start load random question twice. Okay, so in that case, maybe the problem, Control F, is where it's calling load random question. So it's calling it there. Right there. Calls it load next question. Calls it restart game. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Let's jump in the second question. It has to be in the start, surely. Have quiz database manager, set quiz database, check the database is ready, 0 score, check hint, see if add manager's there, update hint counter, update score UI. Get number database questions, load details from prefs, update cache token, update game mode, load random question, okay. So starts at 0, comes in with 0, so that should be 1, doesn't go to 1, automatically skips past it. That makes no sense. No. Okay. No, I don't want to update stats panel for that. No, I made huge changes. The bug persists. It seems to load the question, then skip it, and go straight to displaying question 2. Man, that's like. Okay. So exactly, that's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. So I need to nuke this out from start. Okay. So I wanted to show the question count. We've done that. I wanted to show the category. We've done that. Let's try again. Okay, now my submit button's not working. Why would my submit button not be working? Maybe it's a bug. Let's try again. Not a bug in my game, although it's probably full of them. Maybe it was a bug in Unity because of how I did it. Let's see what's and we're in question 1. Excellent. Okay, that's that fixed. So awesome. Right, we need to we need an ad manager. So we do, at least I think we do, well, we will do, if we want to do, we want to do ads for rewards. So let's go back to our main game scene. Okay, so we wanted to change the scoring. Okay, no thanks. Can we update the scoring so that it adds score based on the difficulty level? E1 for easy, B for hard. Okay. So right now in your check answers, score plus plus, we can make it smarter by adding or depending on the question difficulty. Okay. So if player answer equals correctly. Check answer. Player answer equals correctly rather than have score plus plus. So Okay, so we'll literally just do this for that cache part. Copy. Okay, save that. Okay, you might want to show the point sound in the feedback text so the player knows that you got it. That's actually a good call. I like that. So you would change feedback text line here. But can't because point sound is not set at that point. So take that out and add it here. Okay, and then save. Bring it up a line. Right. No, that can stay fixed for the time being. I might put in difficult levels where you answer easy questions, and then in which case we can have a multiplier on the add cache and add tokens, more so the add cache, to be honest. So let's try this. I should maybe do a category mode. Let's try our play again. Okay, so this is an easy question. Why is that text tiny? Okay, I'll click submit. Okay, so this I should get 2 because it's a medium. Yep. This is a hard, so I should get 3. Yep. My score's 6, 3 questions in, that makes sense. So I should go to 9. Yep. Well, this will take me to 12. This will be 13. 15. 17. 18. 20. There we go. Awesome. Right, so that is cool. Good. So we now have that scaling. What else did I intend to add? So we have scaling coins. We have a category showing, actually I need to check that category thing there. So I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that either. Why the heck? Do that. So it's not running. No, stop running. Okay, so I want to go back to my main camera, my canvas, my display text. And it looks like it shrunk down again. Interesting. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll save this for a break-in mouse, and then I'll expand this again. Just about the same length as that. I say length, it's width at this point. Okay, And then we'll do file and save again. And then we can click play. That's better. Okay. So we're starting at question 1. Should I allow fuzzy answers? Cool. This is cool. It's working exactly as expected. Okay, so let's go quit. I'm going to check on the cat, and then I'm going to come back and we shall see what we can do next. One moment. Our chief of security is fine. Okay, so new scoring systems added, questions added. What else? I'll add my ad manager to the main game while I'm here. I also need to test out. Need to test out the interstitial ads. Sorry, the reward ads. But I need to test that in a physical form, which means that there's several minutes between compiling and that. So I'm not going to do that right away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a version control. I'm going to do added question progress and round mode, added difficulty and category, added score based on difficulty. Next, skipping question bug. What else have we done? Let's check that in. Okay. Inside here. I actually wonder. Let's try and be cute. Let's see if this works. Right. So let's go into our main menu because we know it's there. Click on Add Manager. Right click and copy, and then go to our game scene and do right click and paste. Hey, that worked. I was not expecting that to work. Okay, sweet. So ad manager is now there, so I can do that. Save. Database manager. Quiz manager. There's our ad manager script there, so I'll click on it and drag it over. Boom. Ad should be fine. Yeah, right. Dynamic scale factor to 1.0. That's usually on my canvas, isn't it? So, okay. So, what else do we need? I'm sure I had ideas, and this is why I should have wrote them down. Do you know what? That's exactly what I'll do. I won't write them down, but I'll check. Or I usually do a stream washup. Hey, kitten. I usually do a stream washup on our intranet, Amax Games. So let's go in and have a look what I put there. So projects, train. Ooh, longest streak. Yes, that's something to do. Okay. So hint system done, multiple hints done. Snap list. So I've not undid that. So longest streak's the only thing in the to-do list. So did question count? No, question progress. Found question progress. Added category view and difficulty. Added difficulty-based scoring. What else? Next. Restart one. Next, start on question 2. Bug. Okay. Right, so that's cool. I'll leave that there just now. Let's go back here. That's awesome. Let's ask it to let's track user's longest streak. And congratulate them when they beat it. You can add the streak to the stats page. No, stats panel. My typing is terrible. Survival and hardcore mode. So survival streak tracking. Inside start, we want to load our streaks. Okay. Update streak on correct, one answer. So check answer inside if player answer equals correct. Check answer. If it's survival. That's not check answer, is it? No, it's load, that's why it's not right. Okay, here's check answer. If current question equals correct. Okay. So I need to add the streak plus plus. One bag. Come on. Copy. So player answer equals correct. Check their streak. Okay. Get rid of the rod here. That's it. Okay. And the wrong answer, reset streak. Oh, cancel branch. Survival. So drop a life. And then survival timer. Survival timer timeout section. Here it's here, that's why I can see it. Okay. There, foot takes a leaf. Okay. Okay. Also reset streak in the game. And restart game. Yeah. Okay. Lots of little edits in this one. Okay, let's go back to our stats control panel. update stats. I don't have the update stats. I have a load stats, I don't have an update stats. Am I missing something? Okay, no, so it's just load stats, so it's having a bit of a hissy fit. That's fine. Okay, I'll just place these in here. Okay. Yep. Ooh, add in the current streak. So let's save that. Yeah, add the current streak to appear in the same line as, but beside the score. Not beside the score. After the score. Come on. Okay, and update score UI. It's here. Okay. Change the whole thing by the looks of it. Okay. Okay. So after the current streak, I need an update score. Okay, so Control F, current streak. And I will answer when the current streak set to 0. And then restart game. Okay, update score guys already in now. There we go. Oh, I've hit the limit. taking me about an hour to hit my limit. You only get 40 questions, so it's not really surprising, and it doesn't finish till 5 a.m., so I'm not going to wait literally 4 hours for this. That's actually a good idea to change the colour. So when your streak's good, your streak's good, right? Okay, that's negligible at this point. So let's go back and see if we broke anything. Oh, no, let me save this first. And go back and see if it's broke. What in the heck? Game's running. I don't know why it zoomed out so much. Fit to screen, that's why. Right, okay. What does VPN stand for? What was the changes I made? So the changes I made were to the streak, so it won't show in round one, so I can quit that. So I need to do survival mode. Streak's at 0, yeah. So if I do submit, streak goes up. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do 3 and then I'll bottle it. Streak goes to 0. Should start counting up again. Okay, streak's now good. Screw it up again. Still got lives. It's 5. And bottle this one. There we go. Awesome. So that's working. So I do quit there. If I go to stats, app version, DB version, build version, total unsort, correct answers, user round, survival. My streak is not showing. Okay, why is my streak not showing? Because I did not create the lines for it. Okay, so I need to stop this. I did not create the text mesh pros for this. So main menu, oops, cancel. File, save all. Go to main menu. Put in my canvas, put my stats canvas. Show my stats canvas. Oop. We'll duplicate. Why is deep check on? Why is deep check there twice? Okay, so it's build check. It's called deep check. Okay. So we'll duplicate total answers. Duplicate. Okay, so the first one should be called survival streak. Next. Okay. And the second one should be hardcore streak text. Okay. So survival streak text. I'll put survival. And hardcore needs to be named because I want a capital at the start, like everything else. Okay. And we'll call that hardcore. Okay. So with those in mind, if I go to my stats manager, there we go, survival and hardcore are there. So survival streak, hardcore streak. Okay. And then save. And now if I turn off my stats panel, okay, and I play. Now when I click on stats, that's me to zoom in over here. My accuracy shouldn't be 100%. Streak's 5, hardcore, right, so that's fine. Don't know why my accuracy's bopped it, to be fair. That's not the worst question in the world, I suppose. Worst thing to get wrong. So let's see how it's working out the accuracy, just out of curiosity. So, under stats panel, accuracy equals total answered. Okay. Let's play that again. So I'll bring up the stats. So total answered is 18. I've answered more than 18 questions. Correct answers is 18. Okay. So that'd be correct. So total answered. Okay, have I stopped updating total answered and total correct? Is that what it is? And games completed. Okay, so let's go back to here. To Control F, total and good. Okay, so I have. It's no longer tracking total answered. Okay, right, so I can't do anything about that just now. So what I'll do is I'll go to the intranet. And I will add to to-do list. So the streak is done. So we can do wow, streak through it. So, oops. We need to add an update for turn off the streak through. So correct stats page for games played, questions answered, correct answers. Actually, that'll go on the snagging list. It's not a new feature, it's a fix. So we also want to do what ChatGPT suggested there, and that was change streak color based on active. So back over here, change streak color. Actually, that's also not a snagging list. That's a to-do. Change streak color then active or ended. And we're in the UK here, we spell colour properly. Okay. Streak. Countdown. Dead streak 2. Start button. For both hardcore and survival. Okay. And we shall leave that there just now. What else? Anything else that's annoying me? Anything else that's annoying me? Really wish I got some more questions, to be honest. I mean, again, I can cheat. I can copy and paste the code somewhere else and have it corrected there. So I can do yes and do. I'll just delete these. Do new chat. I'm writing the unit again. We have this code. And I'd like to track games played. So that was the 3 things I wanted. Come on. Come on, Uni. Games played. Total answered. Why would total answered be different from correct answers? Let's have a look. So wouldn't that be total question, total asked rather than total answered? Think about that. Okay, so games played, total questions asked, and total correctly answered. Don't think I want that. Can check. So that's interesting. It did not correct my code to do what I asked it to do. Although it did give me some good suggestions. Well, shall we see if we can do it ourselves? Shall we? So we know it need to be stored in player prefs. Do we know if it's already stored in player prefs? Okay, so here's another question for our guru. Let's just go back to the bottom part of my question then. See if it helps with that one. Okay. I'd prefer a better naming convention than that, to be honest. Why would it be a constant? I don't want it to be a constant. No, I'm not really interested in that. I'm actually surprised that's not here already. So, I don't like that code, but we'll go with it. So, save it and end the game. Interesting. So it's already tracking the game's completed. So I'm already tracking that. Was that incrementing? Let's double check that. Okay, so we've got oh, it's games completed. So it'll be like this. Okay, so that's a game completed. If I now do quit, go to stats. We're up to 18. I'll double check that. So start at 18, go for another game. Okay, quit. So stats. Yeah, okay, so games complete is updated. Right, that's fine. So it's questions, total correct answers. Okay, so it's asking me to create a total questions. So I will do it. So I definitely think this is going to be my 1,000-line script soon. I know we've still got like 330 lines to go, but still. Okay, back in here. So I need to do increment questions asked under load random questions. So ask the question. I've got a question that equal to null. It's fine. Increment it when the player answers correctly. Okay, that seems a bit answered correctly, so so add that above the current streak. Plus plus. And that's answered correctly, so let's do check answer. Player correctly. Update that. Okay. Don't care about split UI. Okay. So let's save this and see what I broke. Play, 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 play. Play, 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 play. Round mode. Okay, quit. And stats. Current answered 20. So total answered 18, correct answers 28. 28, 29, 30. So I quit now. Okay, so correct answers is now there. Really don't know what this total answer is, so I actually think that's a duplicate. Okay, so one of the other things I was going to look at was the fuzzy answer. I want to give them a wee bit of leeway with a fuzzy answer. So what we'll do is I'll tell it I've updated my code. I wonder if a low fuzzy answer should be a tick box or a perk if that you unlock. How would you suggest I could assist the user? Their answer is nearly correct, but not quite. I.e. def matrix. I.e. they enter matrix, not the matrix. What the f did it do there? Okay, so it looked at my code but didn't actually do anything with it. Okay, it just repeated itself there. How to implement that though? I mean, it's great suggestions it's given me here. So check for partial matches, that's fine. Provide gentle feedback, so that's not quite correct. That doesn't work if it's hardcore mode though. Optionally autocorrect, don't know about that. Flexible to common variants, again, don't know about that either. I'm not using Python, so I don't really care. No use showing me Python as I am using C Sharp in Unity. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. No way I'm popping that in right now. So that's looking for an 80% match. That's why the 0.8f. So I can understand that one. So it's knocking out any spaces, user input to lower correct answer equals correct answer to lower doctrine. Again, I'm pretty sure I do that anyway. Distance equals line distance user input correct answer. Float similarity equals 1f minus float distance slash. Okay, so it's checking the similarity. If the similarity is greater than the threshold, then it's calling it. I think that might be something I need to work on because I don't want it to be too easy. I probably have to test this. It's the best way to test it. Don't know about that. I'm not want to add a Unity helper class at this point in time. I would rather try and understand it. So that's one for the website to-do list. For busy logic. Look to implement busy answer logic to ensure answer is correct, but not actually. That's not necessarily, or but doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. General logic and go ChatGPT. Okay, additional packs. Okay, a few additional packs. Okay, so here's another way to do it. I'm just asking questions here for some feedback. I'm not probably going to get much code from this, so I'm just quizzing it. So my questions are in a database. How would you go about allowing additional questions unlocked? How would you suggest I enable additional questions as DLC? It's just to ask, see what it says. I'm just told that the questions are in a database. I think that because it's no longer using ChatGPT 5, it's kind of moved me to the lower IQ, for want of a better word. ChatGPT. I don't even think it's backed off to ChatGPT 4. I don't even think it's backed off to 3, because these answers I'm getting are waffle, effectively. There's nothing really useful in here. No, because again, I don't trust you writing this code just now. Would you suggest I add a locked or a status column to my questions database and change that status to one locked DLC categories when the user purchases them? We're using DLC ID. That's a good idea, actually. And that was what I was thinking about it. But I think the problem I've got with this is if I do it this way, I need to update the database version. Or do I? I don't actually, because I could have a separate. Try again. I could have a DLC version in the database, which could be an array of unlocked DLCs. Maybe. I don't actually know. That's one I think I'm definitely going to have to take time to try and work out. I'm not intending on selling any packs at the moment. Anyway, but if anybody's actually got some questions as to what you should and they believe I should actually be doing, believe what questions I should maybe be using. You know what? Just for since we've got a few minutes left before we want to end the stream, why don't we ask a couple of other database AIs? We have this game Unity. Game is for mobile. It loads questions and answers from a database. It has the format of ID, question, answer, difficulty, category. What's category and difficulty? Actually, sorry about that. How would you suggest that I expand that I can expand on the database with questions unlocked via DLC or IAP in-app purchase? Get notified when Grok finishes answering. Okay, so while it's doing searching for this, so it's searching a couple of things. Yeah, obviously a question pack is a non-consumable. Duh. Okay, so I've not really used a scriptable object yet, so I don't understand how that works. I'm not really worried about scalability just now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't care about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I may need to look at Unity Cloud Saves now. I mean, I'm not against using these, but at the moment we're not making any money. In fact, we're burning money on IT snippets at the moment. On IT snippets on Amax Games at the moment. Um, so the less that we can actually, the less we can actually do this, or the less we can actually use for this, the kind of better. Um, like that, I'm not to say this is not something we might not implement in the future. If we get a Flappy Bird or something that's making 10 grand a month or more, then by all means, we'll look into adding stuff like this because it becomes negligible at that point. But yeah, funnily enough, I'm suggesting that. I'm not really too worried about the size of the app being the app at the moment, so like 60 meg. So I wonder if it'd be better to have a separate table and join the tables. So have DLC questions, DLC answers. And then that way you can select a random question. Now that would work. No, actually you could select a random question from because they could be joined on how could they be joined? Because you need to link them together. Yeah, that's definitely one that's going to require more thought than I kind of can muster at 1:30 in the morning. Okay, so we've made some progress today, as always, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one, but I'm going to leave that stream from here. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.